All right, folks. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of Fight Island. Yes, fucking took the name from Dana White because he's, fucking first. I don't want to see if he does something crazy that try to someone else going to try and do a show called Fight Island. So I took it first, motherfuckers. Tell everybody we first. All right, I want to hear it. All right. As you can see, I have a on the day, the one, the only, the host of the Hardcore MMA show, Jeremiah Deskins. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh man, good over here, man. It's just trying to survive this shit and catching all the craziness of the Fight Island they to do. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. So what I want to do with this show is I'm gonna what I want is interview a lot of people from everybody or most people from Twitter. I mean, MMA Twitter. You guys know how big it is, how crazy it is. I want to get as many guests as I can. I want to do once a week, get somebody new. My first guest is Jeremiah. So the first question anyone ever asked somebody about MMA, how'd you start watching MMA?
Well, you remember VCR tapes. You're pretty on up there, gray bush, so you know about the VCR tapes, all right? So we used to have this little movie rental place called Brewers Movie Club, I believe, and my mom would stop and get us movies on the way home from work, and she would take us out and let us pick our own shit out. So one day I'm probably 12, 13 years old, browsing through the movies, and I see the Atlas holding the world up. You know what I'm saying? The yellow man holding the world up. So I pick it up. I thought it was going to be like some wrestling shit because I was a big wrestling fan. Took it home, blew my fucking mind. I couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. And literally, I was the first person around here to ever watch the shit. I dubbed it. I taped that shit over. I bought another VCR so I could tape that. You know how you had to do it back in the day. Yeah.
You got to connect
and,
it.
Yep, I would show all my buddies, man. Nobody had ever seen it. It's kind of like when Kimbo Slice first came on YouTube. Nobody had ever seen no shit like that before. But literally, I've been watching UFC since UFC 1. True story. I know a lot of people say it. It sounds generic as fuck, but I'll be 41 years old in October, so it's been around for a minute.
I hear you. So what was the okay, so a good one. Anniversary week. Give him a pride question. What is your favorite pride fight?
Don Fry and he's dead now. What's his name? Yakamatsu.
I think you're you're talking about there's the fucking shit. Yeah.
That's my favorite pride fight ever.
Dude, when I watched, I was kind of like, they're just gonna, that's kind of one of us is gonna quit. It ain't gonna be me, bitches count, that kind of shit. That was so crazy. That wasn't even like a lot of martial arts shit on that, and that's part of the fight anyway. I was more like who's got more fucking balls at that point. But yeah. All right. So how long you been doing podcasts, like MMA podcasts?
I was actually talking about this tonight with my wife. I think me, you, and Fred. Me and you've been doing it for a long time. Fred came in with me, you, and Rich. Matter of fact, when's the last time you talked to Rich Davey?
Okay, so I was talking to Fred about this the other day. I'm like, has anyone know if Rich Davey's still alive? And Fred's like, he started working too much and he don't have time to do the show no more. But I remember that day. I remember those days, man.
Maybe like once a year I'll talk to him. I'll shoot shit with him just to make sure he's still alive. But that's what he said. He got a new job and he really don't got the time for it. But basically, probably around 8 years now, I've been doing MMA podcast. And that's where I started at it started out what was the MMA live chat show. Then it changed to the MMA live chat hour.
Right.
So that's where I got my start at.
I remember Rich had a forum or some shit, right? Didn't he?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. Before YouTube come along or any fucking thing, me and Rich was in the same MMA forum. It was based out of Canada. UFC.ca was the name of it. And that's all you could do back in the day was just chat with people online, about MMA, because nobody around here, I didn't have nobody to fucking talk to. And I found that shit online, dial up, fucking internet. It was way back in the fucking day. It was before YouTube, and I think the only other thing you could watch videos on was Daily Motion. You remember Daily Motion?
Yeah, I remember Daily Motion.
Kind of like YouTube, but me and him, and I'm still friends with a lot of other people that I was on that website with. But we got started with that, and then he started doing his podcast, and he invited me on, and it's been a wrap ever since. I've been on some shows with you on that show.
Yeah, I remember those days, man. He said, "Fuck, how did I get started with that dude?" Like, I think I went to one and we were talking. He was like, "Hey man, you want to come on?" I was just like, yeah, sure. I'm broadcast journalism graduate and all that. And I was like, I could talk. You know what I mean? I was just like, all right, cool. Start doing that. That's what gave me the kind of like like that's how the bug bit me to do this kind of thing. That was made a lot of fun, honestly. But yeah. So the Hardcore MMA show, like you are one of the few shows, these are small shows like us, our site shows and stuff like that, that consistently gets a fighter to be the guest, right? Whether it's small time or bigger time, big time fighters and all that. How'd you get the show started? How long has it been going?
It started out probably about 4 years now. It started out, I made the group on Facebook, and it mainly consisted of me and a few friends and a few of my cousins. We had 10, 15 members for a year maybe. And then gradually I started adding people, and Neil Magny became a member of the group, and he was an active member in the group. So I just asked him, come out and ask him in a post one day. He was commenting back and forth with me, and he said, yeah, sure, man, I'll be on the show. And I had watched Yor and Aaron and Fred, all the interviews that them guys used to do, and that's what really guided me wanting to interview the fighters, because even before I was on the podcast with Rich, I've done my own little YouTube videos, just me by myself sitting right here in this room right here. I would talk about cards and go over the cards and do post and pre-fight commentary. So then I started with Rich, and I started a Facebook group, and it just grew from there. I mean, we don't have like 22,000, 2,300 members or something like that, but I could have fucking 10,000. We deny 85% of requests that we get to join the group, for real.
Oh, so you still deny people?
Oh yeah, every day. I got a crew of admins and mods that do a lot of the work for me. Help me out.
How do you like? What do you do? Like you pick out who can and can't, like, or who, whatever, like who joins?
Well, first I have the questions. If you don't take the time to answer the questions, I don't even fucking
forget it. Yeah.
But you know how many groups we're a part of on Facebook?
Yeah.
A lot of MMA groups. I'm a part of, I don't know, maybe 50. If the people that are requesting to join the group, if they don't follow at least 2 or 3 of them groups, and sometimes I go as far as to look on your profile page. If I don't see no MMA shit, you're not joining. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a bunch of spam looking shit, you're not joining. So we do background checks.
There you go. Add that to the First Amendment background checks. You want to talk some shit, you better fucking pass. It's dope though. I've seen you have like a bunch of guests on. Like I know you had John Fitch a couple times, right? Yeah, John Fitch and everything. Who was like, I don't want to say the biggest name because they're all kind of big names anyway, but who's like the most like who's the guest you had that you were most excited about?
Probably Matt Brown, John Fitch. At the time, Neil Magny, that's when he was on a roll. He was on like a 7-fight win streak, I guess it would be probably Matt Brown.
Yeah. Do you get like, because I've actually tried it. I mean, I've tried to get a bunch of like interviews before, right? And I tried to stick to all the smaller, like not amateur fighters, but like the guys that just turned pro, or guys and girls that just turned pro. I legit, it's not on this account, but I forgot the name of the old account, but there's a bunch of interviews on there with fighters that had just started, or even a couple of amateur fighters. But I got big time like a motherfucker from a bunch of people, dude. Like big time before the UFC even blew up on like Fox and all that. Who's one person that big time you?
2 actually. The first one was fucking Kobe Chaos Covington. This was right before. Like I think I told you and Fred this story a few weeks ago. Well, I had his personal cell number. I mean, we was texting back and forth for like 2 weeks, man. We was like talking. I would talk to him while I was working shit. This was right before he started the bad guy persona. All right. So he was going to come on the show. We had it booked and everything. The Brazil card comes. He does the famous post-fight speech, you filthy animals, blah, blah, blah. Well, he blew up after that. I never heard from him. He would not message me back, none. He still had the same phone number, but we just never communicated no more. And Joanna.
No JJ. Shit.
Yeah. I talked to her on Instagram. We set it up and everything. She didn't give me the manager bullshit. You know how a lot of the big dogs contact my manager, blah, blah, blah. That fell through. Never talked to her again. So I was like, what the fuck?
God damn, dude. Oh, that's fucking nutty. Because you could have had probably one of the most dominant champions well, at the time, I guess when she was champion, Joanna Jacek, and then Colby would have been a great fucking guest, especially if you blew up the heel shit on your show.
Yeah. Usman was going to be on the show. I talked to him about being on the show, and we never could get it going. But Max Griffin, I've been talking to Max for about 2 fucking months now, man. The dude will message me, "Hey, what's up, man? I know I've been busy, but when you trying to get on?" And I'll be like, I'll message him right back now. You just name a time, man. You tell me when you can be on. No, nothing. He'll message me back about 2 weeks later. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This has been going on probably longer than 2 months, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn, dude. That's the hard part about getting interviews. Like I shout out to Jesse. Jesse on the Keyboard Warriors. He gets our guests because I get like super impatient with people that do that. And Jesse's persistent to the point of being annoying as fuck. Even with us, like even with me with some shit, like he just like pop. All right, he's like, all right, fine. And then he's a good dude, so he gets guys like we've had Gorgeous George from MMA Junkie a few times, and we're actually I think we're supposed to get him tomorrow again. I'm not breaking any news. I'm just saying, like, I think we're supposed to, but that shit is interesting. What are your plans with podcasting, dude? Because podcasting is huge, and again, we're all home now. You have no idea. Like, I'm sure maybe. I've been keeping an eye on how many podcasts keep popping up since this whole coronavirus thing started. Dude, it's like tripled. It's a ridiculous number. Like everyone's at home. It's like, fuck it. Like if they're not doing IG live fucking shows and all that, they're doing YouTube stuff or TikTok stuff, just like shit. What do you see for your podcast, and then overall like the whole MMA podcasting? What do you think happens?
I need to get a sponsor, man. You know as well as I do, it's all promotion. You know what I'm saying? You can have the best guests, the best content, the best co-host. You got to get eyes on it. And that's the hardest thing doing these podcasts, man, is to get the eyes on it. But I started thinking about starting a whole new persona. This being respectful shit, it just don't work. You know what I'm saying? I thought about starting a podcast and just trolling the fuck out of fighters on Twitter and trying to see if I can get them to come on my show and like wear a fucking mask or something. Because hey, as dumb as it fucking sounds, that would be the shit that people would watch. They don't want to watch nothing that's wholesome. You know what I'm saying?
People watch fuck schmo.
I'm telling. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was thinking. Right? I'm like, yeah, the schmo. Every time I see him, but he gets his hands dirty. He really is. He does put in the work. He does put in the fucking work.
I got it to him. He's annoying as all fuck as far as his like voice go. I have a real problem. Like for example, I don't know. You know who Ben Shapiro is? We'll get political, but you know who Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Ben Shapiro. I've heard his. I've heard his shows before and all that. I listened to him before. He's very logical with what he says. The reason I can't listen to his show anymore is his voice is like. It murders my ears. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like that monotone, like I'm a cunt and I'm gonna let you know I'm a cunt, but I'm gonna tell you all this shit while I'm being a cunt type of voice. I can't do it. So luckily I have a really good buddy that listens to his shit. I don't agree with like 90% of what he says, but no, like 80% of what he says, but at the same time, like I just like to listen. I like to listen to the other points of view. That way my point of view is more informed than it had if I was just one-sided. But anyway, just off the political shit. So I see you wearing a Street Beef shirt. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know about Street Beefs. Let people know. What's Street Beefs all about? How it started and all that.
It started 12 years ago in Christopher Wilmore's backyard, right? Two guys had a beef. It started out one of his best friends got killed, and he was there when the dude got killed. Street violence, guns, knives, what have you. But he basically just started it. If you had a beef in his neighborhood, come in his backyard, put the gloves on, and fight it out. And it's been over 500 fights, man. It's been a lot of fucking fights. And they're finally starting to blow up. They got a video game coming out that's going to be on PlayStation, Xbox, every fucking console. Man, you ought to see some of the graphics in this game. It's for real. It's for real. Jens Pulver is a regular. He's going to be in the game. He's helping develop the game, actually. They partnered up with Mike Tyson, Meta World Peace. They're blowing up.
Ron Artest jumped on that shit.
Yeah,
of course he would.
Yep.
honestly, that's one dude that would have scared the shit out of a lot of people. Had Ron Artest fought instead of gone to MMA, I mean, that guy's size and dedication to like his physical ability, plus he's fucking insane. That would have scared the shit out of people like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Now you fought in that thing, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm actually, when all this shit clears up, I'm going to go fight again. I was supposed to fight on the April the 4th card that they had, but I had to work. Right. So I wasn't. No, it was the 4th. Yeah, I think it was last month, not this month. But as soon as all this shit clears up, I've actually been training and working out and taking it serious this time. Last time, it was like a bucket list thing. I just wanted to do it. I drove 4.5 hours, stopped at Walmart, bought a mouthpiece. I didn't even boil it and mold the bitch or nothing. It was fucking hard as hell. And jumped in that motherfucker and went in a boxing match with a
that's fucking crazy.
Guy that outweighed me by like 80 pounds, but I had fun, man. I liked it. I'm gonna go back. It's a good way to blow off some steam. It's a good organization for people like us that it's too late for us to really, really compete. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
But they actually got some talent. They got a lot of people that's got pro and amateur fighting backgrounds, but mainly it's just for the regular people that just want to go throw hands, man.
No shit.
Yep.
And then, like, I mean, this is the thing. A lot of people see fighting and they get nervous. You know what I mean? I think guys like us, we get excited, like, oh shit, all right, cool, what's up? And even especially if you're the one getting fucking, dragged into a fight. Like, my girl always gets mad, like whenever like I get confronted with anything, even stupid shit, parking lot somewhere. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! I start taking my phone out of my pocket and shit.
Going down.
And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And she's always like, no, I don't fucking. Yeah, I'm like, all right. But yeah, dude, people don't understand that shit. Sometimes like getting in a brawl or getting in a scrap, it's like you blow off steam like a motherfucker, but you're better off after you're done, which is weird, right? Once you're done fighting, even though you might be beat up, cut up, bleeding, broken, whatever, you actually feel a lot better. So
yeah, for real. I really wasn't nervous. I did have an adrenaline dump when I got in there. I got there like 12 o'clock. I got a migraine headache. I get migraines all the time. It was 98 degrees that day. It was fucking hot. And it was on top of this mountain with no fucking shade trees. You're boxing
humid as shit.
6 inches of sand. You're boxing in a fucking sand pit. Anyway, I got a headache about 1:30. I didn't fight till like 5:30, man. My fucking head was pounding. It was hot as fuck. And I had a adrenaline dump from hell when I got in there. It felt like my legs weighed fucking 500 pounds, man. But
shit.
It was kind of weird. It was almost like an outer body experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even hardly remember what went on during the fight. My game plan went to fucking hell when I got in there. That's why I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to take it serious. I want to train. And I plan on fighting 2 times in the same day when I go back.
Oh shit, man! If we can get that first one done quick if you can. What do you train?
Just heavy bag, try to jog whenever my knee will let me, and lift weights. That's about all I can do when I get off work. I don't have much time.
Yeah,
that's the thing, man.
Yeah, that's rough. And I know all about that, man. It's just ain't no time. You gotta make as much as you can. All right, who in the MMA media, I guess, for lack of a better term, who in MMA media do you like?
Oh,
like
my
to
God.
listen to watch, whatever. A lot of people say, the usuals like Luke and the Nose and all that. But
I like Robin Black, man. He's actually going to be on my show here in a couple weeks. We're
there you
talking. Yeah, he's going to be on my show here. I like Robin Black, man. He's quirky about his ways, but I like Robin Black. And Luke is all right at times. I could take him more than I can Ariel.
Yeah, I can't take Ariel for anything. Like at all, dude.
And Brett, he just agrees and nods. Yep.
Brett, come on. People don't know Brett's been working MMA for a long time. Different websites, different places. He jumped into ESPN, and it's almost like he was just like, I'm in a good spot. Let's just not piss anybody off. Basically, the Nose's game plan to get to where he is now. Except that dude steps on other people. We'll not talk about that right now. There's no reason to throw his dirty laundry out there. He'll do it himself. Anyway, and then what podcast do you listen to? Or do you listen to any MMA podcasts?
I listen to you guys all the time. Joe Rogan, you guys, what other podcast? Really, really not a lot, man. I really don't listen to a lot of podcasts. A lot of them get on my fucking nerves, to be honest with you. It's like they just started watching MMA fucking 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so annoying.
Dude, I get people that DM me all the time. Hey man, check out my podcast. I'm like, I do. Like everyone thinks I'm bullshit when I do this. I'm like, I really do check out those podcasts. Like anyone that DMs me, I've never not responded to a DM. And the only reason I don't respond to a tweet if you tag me or whatever is because I have so much shit going on all the time, so I don't see it. But I've had so many people. I have countless DMs of people saying like, oh, this and that. Check out my podcast, and I will listen to the entire episode. I will give them a fair shot, and I'll give them a legit like. I would legit give him some points like, hey man, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is great. Keep this, get rid of that, get a better microphone, whatever. Right. But not many hang on, man. A lot of them just dump out. The fact that like you and I and Fred and Jesse and everybody else that we lasted this fucking like years. We lasted years doing this shit. Yeah. I still don't know how. Like, you know what I mean? I'm very scheduled with my shit, Monday, Wednesday. And then an extra show, I feel like if I have time or whatever, I just throw on there. Especially, obviously, these days, we have almost every day available. Yep. I did one last night. We're doing this one now. We're doing tomorrow Keyboard Warriors. I think I'm doing one Thursday with Fred on something different. And then I don't know, whenever we do the HP podcast again or whatever we end up calling that thing, shit like that. So, well, all right. So, do you see yourself doing the podcasting for a long time? Or you think you're like a day where you're just like, all right, I'm done?
I really don't know. I took a small break, just got tired of putting out these shows and having good guests and getting 200 fucking views. And then the very next day, Ariel will have on the guests I just had on last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck, man? But I don't know. I don't think I'll ever stop, really, to tell you the truth. But the key with podcast is you guys got a good setup. Y'all schedule the shows. You put out a lot of content. You three work good together. Unless you're going to do it solo, you got to have a good co-host. And it's hard to find somebody that is as dedicated to it as you are when you call them up to do a show. You know what I'm saying? That they're fucking there. I never have a consistent co-host, man. So that's why it's always just me. And when I'm interviewing fighters, I would rather it be just me. When you got a lot of people trying to interview a fighter, it don't work smoothly. Everybody's talking over each other, and the guest is supposed to be the center of attention. I can't have a co-host that's wanting to do all the talking and the guest not getting no airtime. So there might be a day when I call it quits, but I don't know.
When we have guests on Keyboard Warriors, I always like. That's what I enjoy about all the having like I'd be able to see people's faces. I've known Kirby, Fred Kirby and Jesse for so long. And Jesse is really good at picking a spot, so you kind of know when he's coming in. Because obviously he took a video camera, but I can read Fred's face so well now that I know when he wants to say something, and I'll say blah blah blah, and they'll say, all right, Fred, or what about you, Fred? What do you think, Fred? Shit like that. And when it's just him, like once in a while, it's being me and him, it's easy to read. It's just easy if you know him that well. So you're right. Getting someone that's dedicated to it is like key. All right, we got some tweets on here. Let's see. What's up, Aaron? Says I enjoy Schmo's style. It's funny. He gets the point quickly. Schmo's a great interviewer. I agree. I just, his voice is like, sometimes it's like, come on. But, and good for him. He's doing good work. Jeremiah kind of looks like Ethan Hawke. There you go. Training day, bro.
I can see it now that I look up. I can see it.
It's the goatee. Just topped it off. Because, his is shorter, right? So if you just buzz it a little bit more, like exactly. You'd be right with Ethan Hawke on some training day shit, bro. But, yeah.
I miss my beard, man. This is the first time me without a beard in like 5 or 6 years, man.
Dude, I trimmed this down. This was like all the way down. I have like this much more. I trimmed it all down because I started wearing a mask. Because around here, people, I don't know about what you about North Carolina, but in Arizona, people still think this is like bullshit or something. So like they crowd in fucking places. It's fucking insane. And like you got people just breathing out and shit. And I legit was at a store. And I had just paid for all my shit, and I'm walking out, and then I heard someone walking behind me, and I looked back just in time to see this lady towards the other way. Thank God she didn't sneeze my way, but she sneezed open mouth the other way, and I'm like, that. So like I legit, and I know it's like one thing. That's like a weird herd mentality that people are doing here anyway. People are like straight up.
I was on the way home from work today. There's a river. You cross the bridge, and there's a river that people go swimming out or whatnot. There was 30 fucking people down there. Girls with fucking towels and bathing suits and shit on. I was like, what the fuck is going on? People is retarded.
That's ridiculous. MMA God says, for me, MMA podcasts and personalities are about finding the least annoying person.
It is.
You. Aaron says, I started a podcast back in 2015. Those guys are still going with it, and it's growing. Good for them. It's hard to keep this thing going, for real. And growing, it's really rough. I mean, and a lot of people, honestly, people, you guys aren't huge, been doing it for so long. And I mean, because we still do it for fun. Like, we're enjoying it. If we were trying to make it like a business, for example, like, you can get to the point sometimes where it's work. I mean, and you know what? And I thought about it. I'm like, hey, man, look, if we really grind it and push and push and push and find the right niche or whatever, like, we can do that shit and make it happen. And I still might. Who knows? We still might fucking do it. It's just
I don't see how my interview with Neil Magny hasn't gone viral yet. We call it Pissgate. That's when we very first start. That's when we very first got going. You know, everybody's fucking headphones is echo and his fucking audio's all to hell. But a guy that I had on there co-hosting with me takes a piss live on air while we're interviewing Neil Magny. All you hear is I'm like, what the fuck? Doing another show, he's fucking taking bumps of cocaine.
Really?
Yes, I had to kick him off the show. I messaged him. I'm like, man, you do realize we're fucking live. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm like, God damn, man. Everybody can see and hear everything you fucking do. So dude, I had to get rid of him.
I remember you telling me the piss thing, and I was laughing when you were telling the story. Dude, it was just like, his dude was spinning, just like, for real. He was pissing during it, you could hear it. And I'm like,
Neil Magny heard it. You gotta see his face. He's like, he started fucking laughing. I'm like, oh my God. My podcast career is over as soon as it gets started.
I've had a way back in the day, what website was I think it was like Toothless MMA. Toothless MMA is a web, and me and this guy John started the podcast under that site, and I think we had a guest on, I forget the fellow's name, but dude was taking, he was taking hits of joint, and that didn't bother me, whatever. And it wasn't video, it was audio, right? And it wasn't bothering me because you just hear him, yeah, well, I fight for this, and it's cool. And all of a sudden he started snorting, and I'm like, motherfucker, is this guy snorting coke? And I'm like, and we weren't live. So I asked him, I'm like, hey man, we're just recording this shit, and I'm gonna edit the fuck out of this anyway. Don't worry about it. Are you taking bumps right now? He's like, oh, just did 2 lines, it would be all right. I had a long day, I need to wake up. I'm like, are you down? He's like, hey man, hey, he goes, he was an amateur fighter. He goes, I'm not gonna, make sure you don't put on the episode, but I do at least like 2-3 lines before I get in the cage. I'm like, okay. All right. I mean, just because Connor did it, and Connor wasn't around, still, like, it's fucking wild, man.
Did you ever watch ECW wrestling back in the day?
Yeah.
You remember New Jack?
Yep.
I'm talking to New Jack, man. I'm gonna get New Jack.
No shit.
So, yeah, it's not MMA related, but
nah,
it's gonna be a bad fucking show, man. I'm gonna get him to tell all of his stories. It's fucking prison stories, trying to kill the dude in the ring. I'm gonna get him to tell all that shit, man.
That dude was so wild. What the fuck? Man.
And he was for real crazy. Have you seen the show they got out now, The Dark Side of the Ring?
So I watched. I didn't watch the first. Honestly, I don't even look for that kind of shit. I was on YouTube, work, and I was scrolling through, and I saw the Chris Benoit ones, and so I watched those, but I didn't watch the other ones.
Well, the New Jack one's out now on YouTube. Yeah, you gotta check that out, man. It's fucking nuts. Yeah,
no, dude, and I'm not anti-wrestling because I used to watch it. It just got kind of, I guess, lame to me because it it got like, let's be nice, let's not cuss, and let's not, like back in the day when you used to do fucking what the hell, Lita and Edge had sex in the middle of the ring. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
I remember watching that. I was like, damn, bro. Like, I mean, obviously you're a kid. I mean, I was like a teenager, so I was like, oh shit. Everyone boned up watching this shit. It's like, fuck yeah, come on, like pull the cover back, Or you watch the bra and panties matches and shit, all the chicks and everything. Yeah, once all that shit went away, it got kind of like who's the dude? Is it John Cena came out with his whole like respect and honor and stuff? I'm like, all right, cool. Save that for fighting. I'm watching you for fun. Like, I'm watching you because I want to see you do some crazy shit, not because I want to say all that shit.
That's about when I quit watching it. The NWO Stone Cold days, I quit watching it about right after that, which I didn't really watch it a whole lot, but you know. I did watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time and shit. Like whenever it was on, and my mom wasn't fucking watching whatever soaps on TV and shit. But yeah, when a lot of people these days are growing up with TVs in the rooms and shit. We had one TV in the house. Okay,
that's it. I remember watching with my grandparents.
Yeah,
the old wrestling, Ric Flair, Magnum TA, Wahoo McDaniels.
That's fucking wild, dude. Wild days. Liam says, for me, podcasts are about folks being themselves. If they're wild folks, all up if they're faking it, 100%. Real people are more complex and interesting than fake character type hosts. That happens a lot. And look, Schmo is one of those guys. I will tell you right now, Ariel's one of those guys. Luke Thomas is not. Robin Black is not. As wild and crazy as as Robin Black seems. That's him. That's fucking 100%. Don't get it twisted. So I mean, different tastes for different people. Y'all make great points. You need a good intro guy or co-host. It's vital. And honestly, I think it's about a chemistry. You know what I mean? So that's just. I mean, it's all good. True, Aaron. Also, you need a voice that's not energy. Nobody wants someone sounding like they are straight into the ears. Yeah. MMA guys loving the bumps of coke. And Tress Thompson style. There you go.
I deleted the show. It's not even on YouTube no more. I deleted it.
Did you? Had to. Shit.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Brian Kelleher do lines in his videos when he raps. Jesus. What's up, Daniel? Wrestling is bullshit, man. Attitude Era was the best. I'm telling you, like after I think when they stopped putting who's Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they had a thing. They had the fucking
Generation X.
That shit was like the best. Them and NWO were so much fun. Once they went away, I was like, I'm good. Like I tuned into WrestleMania this last weekend because I had nothing else to. I mean, there's nothing else on TV, right? So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it. It was the weirdest shit ever. Like the weirdest shit ever.
Oh,
with no crowd.
Yeah. I was going to ask.
I watched it. Did you watch it?
No, I was going to. Somebody sent the link to me, but I never did watch it.
Yeah, no, I found a stream and I watched it, and I was kind of like, this is so weird. And it was things where I wasn't really enjoying it, but I couldn't look away. And I get it. Like you can't not watch wrestling the entire year and then watch WrestleMania and understand what the fuck's going on. It's just there's a storyline to it. But but most of the time when I tune into WrestleMania with the crowd and shit, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I don't know if it was like last year or 2 years ago, I tuned in and the Hardy Boys came unexpectedly. It's always fun for me to see like the old guys come back and get a huge pop. That's always a lot of fun. And if you can imagine that they brought somebody back like the Hardy Boys in this one with no crowd, you'd have been like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Who was that?
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? Imagine Kirby was doing bumps instead of blunts. It'll be comedy. He'd be hyped up. The reason the blunts chill him the fuck out. My ex's son got into it when he was 7, so I purchased WWE Network. I haven't canceled. Oh,
when Kirby first started, you remember when Kirby first started doing the podcast with us? Yep. He didn't even have a Facebook page. Rich Davey is the one that made his Facebook page.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck Fred was doing before, but what did I run into? All right, I met him and you on the Rich Davey show. Yep. And after that, I think we used to bring him on to for a while, and then him and Aaron had like a fucking nice run on the Stand and Bang show. If you guys don't know, Google YouTube Stand and Bang. Okay, I'm sure it's still up there. Or am I on like just Google or YouTube Stand and Bang with Robbins and Fred Kirby. Some fucking good guess.
Good guess. That's what got me wanted to interview people was that show, man. Yeah. For real.
Yeah, but they ran into the same problem you did. That with the whole you would have a great guest, a great view, and fucking views or listens were like shit. The fuck? But it's not gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be on audio only. So just Google it and see what you can find. Sean EX, Stone Cold, and Nation of Domination. The fun days. I have to admit, when I hear the line and out of nowhere, this shit is weird. All right. When it comes to, so we talk about the WWE Network because I'm impressed by what they're doing. They're not charging pay-per-view anymore. It's $10. I think it's $10 a month. I think it's like $10 a month, and you get all their programming minus like the TV shit, right? Like we all thought UFC Fight Pass was going to be that, and it never materialized. I
can't believe they're charging for this fucking event next weekend.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yes. Yeah, dude. So, all right, well, let's get right into it. And folks, if you want to throw a question to Jeremiah about his background with MMA and all that, go ahead and throw it up there. You guys know I'm going to go through all the comments and everything. But let's talk about it, man. UFC 249. Allegedly, Dana White has an island that he's gonna fly motherfuckers into to have a fight, and he's not gonna tell them where it is. This is on some fucking weird Scooby-Doo fucking Austin Powers shit. What? Like when you heard all that shit, what was first on your mind when you heard about the Fight Island?
Well, first I thought it was stupid and irresponsible and why I put the risk out there. But the more I hear about the precautions that they're taking, and actually I got a name here. They said where it's going to be at. I don't know if it's true or not, but a big time MMA site said it. The Tachi Palace Resort Casino in California. It's a reservation land.
Mm-hmm. Travel.
I think, yep. And they said that's where it's going to be at, but I don't know. But he said he didn't want to tell people because he don't want people harassing what the place is going to be at, blah, blah, blah. But they said that this is supposed to be where it's at. But if they do take all the precautions and nobody's sick and they no crowd, whatever, I'm all for it, man, because I got to see some fucking fights. And this is a killer fucking call. Fucking call.
So here's my thoughts on it, because people were asking me about they were like, what do you think about that? I'm like, look, this is my bottom line. Irresponsible as fuck. Dangerous, honestly, stupid. Mm-hmm. That's the best I could come up with it. But if they're gonna do it anyway, I can't stop them. Like, I mean, I could be like, there's a lot of people going there. I'm boycotting. I'm not watching all that shit. Cool. They're still gonna go on with it without you. Like, what are you gonna do? At this point, it's kind of like again, I'm a fight fan. End of the day, I'm a fight fan. I want to watch some fucking fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was working, for example, for the UFC, I'd be like, hey, look, if we fucking, first of all, I get fired so fast for saying don't do it. Yeah. But I'd be like, you guys are out of your fucking minds? Like, you're insane. The one thing that's pissing a lot of people off, because they're talking about, like, DC had an interview or something. I read something that he was talking about. He would commentate 249 as long as all the right precautions are taken, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. A lot of things, something that is pissing people off is they're talking about if they test everybody. Right, they're talking about they're going to test the fighters, they're going to test the refs, everybody, ring announcers, all that shit. Those are all tests that people in the regular world can't get. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's having a hard time just getting tested. Like, hospitals turn people exactly. So that's pissing people off. Real bad. What do you think about that? Because that was, to me, was like, you're sending a weird message here, Dana. Not that he gives a fuck, but still.
Well, even though not just the testing, I think it is all a weird flex. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just flexing. He can't let Vince McMahon do him up. And that's just what it is. In his interview he done with Brett Okamoto, he said Vince McMahon's name about 30 fucking times.
No shit.
If anybody in the comment section seen that interview, you're going to have to watch it, man, because
I'm going to have to go watch that one.
He had me sold on the Fight Island and this and that, but then the more he talks, the more full of shit he was. He was like, he's saying he wants to put this event on so maybe all the other sports will start back. Well, that's fucking retarded, man. You can't have fucking NBA and shit starting back and have a shitload of people. Of course, it'll be closed and won't be no audience, but you just got to watch it, man. He's so fucking full of shit. And Brett also, I hate to cut you off, but Brett asked, are you going to test all the fighters? And he never said yes or no. He was like, we're going to make sure safety is the main concern. I'll just tell you that much. And I was like, he's not going to say yes because they're not. I don't think they are. I don't know if they will test them or not.
Dude. Do you remember?
Say yes.
Okay. Yeah, he did not say it. So he's pulling all this shit, going to tribal land, no athletic commission. My first thought, and I know you remember this. How many years did Dana White come out and say we want to be over, watched by the government? We want to be and work with the government, basically the state government. And now he's doing a 180. Fuck everybody in the government because y'all want to shut us down. We're going to an island. Like, we're going backwards here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing, Brett had a good point. I never thought about it until he asked Dana, how are these guys going to look? They're not having proper training camps. You know what I'm saying? Tony Ferguson's going to look the same. He's going to look crazy. Unorthodox training methods, any motherfucking way. He trains at home by himself a whole lot of times. But how do you think the guys are going to look and girls performance-wise?
Dude, with no training camp, it's going to look sloppy. I think one of two ways. It is going to look really sloppy and not fun to watch because it'll just be like almost like they're trying to spar, or we're going to get a card full of brawls.
I'm telling you, I think I don't know, man. I think it's going to be one for the history books. It's already going to be one for the history books. And the card is fucking stacked, man.
Dude, it's good. I'll pull it up here in a second, but it's a solid fucking card. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna catch up on some comments here. Sean says the majority of Twitter thinks Justin's gonna win. So obviously everyone's heard Justin Gaethje has gotten stepped up literally last minute, whatever, replacement. A lot of people are saying Justin. Now, what I think if Justin wins, that's just karma. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like the universe telling Dana White to go fuck himself for doing this shit. Mm-hmm. And then we'll never get Tony versus Khabib because what's the point at that point? I don't think we'll ever get him. But do you like the fight? Do you mind? Do you like that they went ahead and pushed Tony, or would you have preferred that they just postpone at least that fight?
I love the fight. I know everybody, including me, including you, want to see Tony versus Khabib. But I think this is going to be a more exciting fucking fight. It's going to be. Justin's not going to shoot for the takedown. They're going to fucking stand and bang. This fight is going to take possible years off each one of these dudes' fighting career. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are going to beat the fuck out of each other, and everybody's going to be happy. I don't know why everybody's so upset about this fight. And I watched the Pettis-Ferguson fight before me and you went on air. Mm-hmm. The very first leg kick Pettis landed, Ferguson was limping and hurt off of that bitch for the whole first round. You remember that? Mm-hmm. You know Justin's going to tear them legs up. I'm excited for this fucking fight, man.
Man, I'm excited for fights for any sport. If the NBA had come back, I pumped the shit for the NBA. Fucking, they're talking about they're gonna have baseball next. They're talking about trying to have baseball next month, all in Arizona because we have facilities here and shit, and there's plenty of way to do it, and everything's close by. But they're talking about doing that. I might even want some baseball to fucking come back. I just need something other than bullshit out here. I'm tired of the news. Yeah. I can only watch Netflix so goddamn much. I need something. But that's why I'm like, I'm not super mad about that push. I just wish we would have gotten Khabib Tony. But hopefully, we'll see what happens. But it's a good chance that what happens. Tony comes in and chops his legs up and see what happens. MMA guy says one of these fighters at 249 or after could get COVID and it will be a fucking mess if any of these fighters test positive afterwards.
Oh my god,
dude! Man. Like, talk about a mess on Dana White's face.
We would never find out about it.
Oh, we'll never find out about it. No, if someone tests positive, you'll never hear about it. If everyone comes out testing negative, you'll hear all about it. Mm-hmm. Like, we took all the precautions. Look at us, man. Everyone's good. Like, fucking hell. Aaron's been pumped about this. He goes, I will say I personally think we're all happy about it happening. But if someone comes out sick because of it, I think shit will hit the fan 100%. I mean, I think everyone's kind of weirded out. There's a lot of people saying we're going to boycott this shit. Most of us are like, I mean, okay, why not?
They done it. They done had a card in Brazil. Why didn't you boycott that?
Right.
They done fucking done it, man.
Yeah. MMA guys, it's the blatant money grab, in my opinion.
Well,
$70 pay-per-view, dog.
Like Dana said, like Dana told Brady, he said, I don't need the fucking money. He said, I could do this for the rest of 4. He said, I could have quit 4 years ago. He said, I got a big giant mansion house. He said, I don't need the fucking money. That's when he got started saying how he wants to get everybody else back to doing sports. He's got to pay back that fucking $4 billion.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I mean, we read, we know, we see you, motherfucker. Sean says, Eddie, did you see the Iceland that tested 5% of the population? 70% of Iceland is asymptomatic. It's crazy. Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm about to look that up. Aaron says everyone is coming in fat except Ferguson. He's the only one been training. Maybe actually Andrade and Rose have probably been training too. And Andrade actually left fucking Brazil just in time because she was just like, oh, they're gonna, just in case it shut us down and everything. Now they do close the border in Brazil. Now she's here.
Yeah,
or wherever.
Gaethje said he's 13 pounds over right now. He said fight night when he comes in the cage, he won't be but like 170. He said he don't cut a lot of weight. That's what a lot of people don't realize. I have heard a lot of people say how big Justin is. He's not. He don't cut hardly no weight. No, he's not that big of a guy.
I got to see him. I got to when he was fighting for it used to be World Series of Fighting. Now it's PFL. I saw a fight Palomino twice and 2 brawls, just like shit. We were just like crazy. I got to talk to him after, like one-on-one afterwards and do an interview. And he's not that big. Like I was like, okay, I'm not surprised that he's like 155er. It's pretty easy for him. Now again, lack of training camp, that's going to be interesting. I'm sure he's like all in a garage in probably whatever gym he trains at. He's probably the only allowed in there with like one trainer and a sparring partner. Let's go. But I don't know. We'll see, man.
He said he's got 5 people, including his coach, in his camp for this.
Yeah, there you go. Sean Tree says this will be a memorable fight that gets played for years. I hope so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no one here is sitting here hoping that this is a shit fight or shit card. Everyone hopes it's a great goddamn card, but you know,
You can make
the circumstances.
You be able to make a movie about this, man. This is some fucking Enter the Dragon, Mortal Kombat shit.
Right.
It is a
Mortal Kombat. This is Mortal Kombat.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Kumite.
This is Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I heard that. Palomino, Gaethje was sick, both parts. It was a crazy fucking fight. Oh, here we go. According to so many guys, the UFC effectively gets 1/40th of 750 million for every card they put on from ESPN. That's a lot of cash to grab. That's a lot of money. Yeah. I heard they get like 500,000 pay-per-views, like sure, and then after that, it's just bonus.
If it wasn't for the money, it would be free. If what Dana White's saying, you know what I'm saying, it would be a free card.
Yeah, exactly. Why is this fucking card 65? I mean, I get it's a good card, and I'll pull it up right now, but I mean, fuck, $65 at a time when a lot of people don't have money. Like, you're asking for a lot, dog.
Shit, I ain't paying for that bitch.
Me neither. All right, so here's the card. We'll start off with the Fight Pass prelims. Kicking off. Well, look, the times, who knows? All right, because we don't even know where it's gonna be. So I'm sure they'll update the times. But we're gonna get Ryan Spann, Sam Alvey, Eubanks against Sarah Moraz. Actually, you know what? This is not the right card, is it? I don't remember Johnson and Worthy being on there. Let me see if I can find it. I know there's people that had the graphic and shit. They had a graphic with all the fights. Here it is.
I don't remember hearing Moraz, but I don't know about Alvey.
Let's see. Oh no, it is. No, this is the right card. Okay. Yeah. So we got Alvey, Spann and Alvey. You got Eubanks and Moraz, Johnson and Worthy. You got Vera. Where's Vera here? Vera's. All right, hold up. Let me fuck showing this one. Let me show the other one because this is ridiculous. Let me see.
Worthy, Kama Worthy. He's a cool cat. I interviewed him. He was on the show. I talked to him all the time. Kama Worthy.
Oh, really?
I had him on, about a month ago. I talk to that dude all the time, man.
Yeah.
He's a cool cat.
All right. Let's see if this thing loads up here for us. Oh, fucking hell. Dude, UFC's website's always been shit, but it's never loaded this goddamn slow. Here it is. All right, you guys see it?
Yeah,
so Spann and Alvey, Eubanks and Moraz, Johnson and Worthy. Fuck your stupid cookie shit. Stupid ass website. Hernandez, Morales, Borg, Holland, Jacare, which is a solid fight. Now, here's a first to me. I mean, they're all really good fights, but to me, the first fight I really want to see besides Holland, Jacare is Ngannou versus Rosenstrike. This is a big fucking fight, dude. They were supposed to fight before, and now they're, it's going down that way. But, what do you, who are you picking in that one?
I don't know, man.
No,
I want to see the upset, to tell you the truth.
You want Rosenstrike to win?
Yep. I really don't know if that would be labeled as an upset, but it probably would.
I don't know. I think people would be fucking hyped up about that dude winning. Although Ngannou's been trying to get that title shot. Have you heard anything about Stipe?
No, not a thing.
Supposed to get Stipe DC. At least that's the fight DC wants to get.
Yeah, I think both sides had agreed to it, but it's not set in stone.
Stipe had that eye surgery.
Yep,
having a hard time coming back.
Going to be the next fight.
Probably. All right, Jeremy Stevens versus Calvin Kattar. That Stevens is a fucking psycho. I was not surprised at all that he was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll go fight in a fight island. I'm down." Mm-hmm. Who are you picking in that one, Stevens or Kattar?
Kattar.
Yep. I like Stevens. Dude walks out to easy. At least last couple of times he did. Vicente Luque against Nico Price. Luque coming. I think Luque is coming off a loss, right? So I mean, or at least recently had a loss. Trying to get that momentum back up. I think that dude wins it. Who are you picking in that one?
Who was his loss to? Thompson? Who Luque lost to? No.
I can't fucking remember. I have to find out real quick for you.
Wasn't Thompson. I'd like to see Price get that. I'd like to see Nico win.
Price?
Yeah, but Luque's tough. Who did he fight? No, he beat Brown. Damn it, Perry. He beat Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did.
I'm pulling it up right now. Vicente Luque lost to Stephen Thompson by decision.
It was Thompson.
And in New York last November. So, but he had a long fucking and this is honestly, I think this is pretty sure it's a rematch here. And he beat Nico Price back October 2017. Was this the right price?
Decision?
Submission, Bravo choke, second round.
I'm still picking Price.
Gotcha. Sean says he's picking Francis over Rosenstruik. And then Sean says Steven's going to knock out Cater round 2. And we're about to talk about this right now. But co-main event. Oh, no, not the co-main event. Greg Hardy versus the Castro. They're throwing Greg Hardy on all these fucking pay-per-view cards now. They're trying to sell him to us, even though I know his history and people can't stand him. But you know how knows controversy sells. Who you picking in that one?
Picking my boy Jorgen. He's a member of the Hardcore MMA group.
Castro?
Yep.
Have you had him on yet? I think you've had him on, right?
No, I've talked to him about being on, but he's a member of the Facebook group, but I haven't had him on the show yet.
Oh, this would be a good one, dude. Fucking, be like, hey, man, after your fight, or whatever,
yep.
You want to come on, talk about it. It'd be a good guest, especially if he's able to be the guy that takes out Greg Hardy.
I know.
I know Hardy lost by decision, so.
Yep.
Huh?
This is a huge fight for him. If he gets that win, you're right. That'd be a good show.
Be a great show. And May guy says, how the fuck is Hardy the co-main? He's not co-main, but yeah. If Dana didn't Hardy down our throats, maybe fans would take to him better. I can't stand him either way. Jesse's not going to fucking Jesse's not watching it. Jesse boycotts any complete card that Greg Hardy's on. And I got to give him credit. He actually doesn't watch it. We've had to do shows afterwards where he had to read about what happened instead of like actually watch the fight. Yeah, Liam says Borg fighting is crazy for everyone involved. Him, his kid, the UFC's image. If Borg's kid gets it, it's just stupid. I doubt his kid's going to be there. Like I wouldn't take him, but if
Dana said it's not going to be no family like that at the event.
It's gonna be nobody, dude. Just nobody in the crowd, really. I mean, it's gonna be no crowd. I'm totally excited for it to be something out of a movie, just like the WWE thing was something sort of out of the movie. It's that card for sure. Then we have the co-main event, Jessica Andrade against Rose Namajunas, the rematch. The first fight, I call it a fluke of sorts because Rose got dropped in her. She wouldn't let in Kimura. Like she just kind of made like a brain fart decision to hang on to instead of letting it go that she probably should have. Got dropped in her head, neck got all fucked up, and got knocked out. But you tell me, did you think she was winning the whole fight before that happened?
I think Rose was looking the best she's ever looked in her career, leading up to that fluke. But it's not a fluke because that's the best defense for standing Kimura.
Sure,
Andrade's done what she's supposed to do. It wasn't a fluke, but Rose was looking awesome.
Right. Well, what do you think happens in this one?
I got to pick Rose again, man, because you don't know where Andrade's headspace is now. She just got finished. She's not going to be that killer as she was that first fight. I could be wrong, but I'm still picking Rose.
Right. All right. And the main event, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Gaethje steps up to take the fight. Everyone, including myself, no, I didn't think it was going to happen actually, but Fox Sports put out a card or their little card on their website, and they put Conor McGregor in against Tony Ferguson. Right? It used to be Khabib. They took Khabib out and put McGregor in. I was like, they're either guessing or they know some shit. It turns out they were guessing. But but you get Justin Gaethje, he's a bad motherfucker. You're talking about the leg kicks. Dude's a psycho. He just goes in there to fucking take someone's head off. Who are you picking in this one? I'm
picking Justin. If Justin can get Ferguson hurt like Pettis did, I think he can finish him.
Oh shit. Dude, there you go. I'm taking the Arizona boy, Justin Gaethje from Stafford, Arizona. I'm going to take him to win. I think it's going to be decision, but we'll see. But yeah, dude, I think it's going to be, mostly because Justin's a bad motherfucker, but also because it's going to be a little bit of I don't know, whatever you want to call it, to the Dana White for forcing this shit down everyone's throat, but we'll see.
What do you think happens if Ferguson loses? We'll never see the Khabib fight.
Never,
right?
ever. See, and a lot of people were like, remember back when they were talking about McGregor getting the rematch versus Khabib right away, and people were like, "What about Justin Gaethje? What about Justin Gaethje?" Kind of works out. He wins, then you get Khabib. Everyone thinks that there's two people that have a good chance against Khabib. And one is Justin Gaethje, the other one's Tony Ferguson. So either way, we get a good fight to come out of this, and then we don't, I guess for people that hate McGregor doesn't get an undeserved title shot, I guess. But Yeah, dude. God damn it. I just want to see Tony versus Habib. I really do.
I do too, but man, it's really cursed. It really is.
Like a motherfucker, dude.
It really is.
Yeah.
About like me getting my driver's license back.
Yeah.
I'm eligible. I can get them back.
Hold up.
Fucking DMV closes. Like, God
Did it really close on you?
Coronavirus.
Yeah, no, but remember we were talking about that. Like we talked about it. I don't know when we were live or after, but you were like, dude, I gotta go back Monday. They better be fucking open, and they were closed.
Closed, man. I officially, it's not even debatable. I've said it my whole life. I got the worst luck out of anybody in the fucking world, and I do. It's not debatable.
All right, dude. Oh, let's see. Aaron says, "Is there a landing strip on the island, or are they gonna it?" First of all, if it's an actual fucking island, please believe they better fucking film all that shit. Because that'll be like Mortal Kombat the movie for real life.
Look up this Tachi Palace Resort Casino in California. TACHI.
Okay. Tachi Palace. All right, let's see where. Come on now. Man, don't be late. All right, here we go. Tachi 50 minutes ago, Bloody Elbow reported UFC 249 to take place at Tachi Palace Casino in California. The MMA fighting did it 2 years ago. So I guess that's might be where it's happening.
MMA,
everyone's saying
MMA.com, the mixed martial arts group, they're pretty big. They the ones that said it. The New York Times says UFC 249 will take place on tribal land in California.
That makes fucking sense. And now I know why Dana White's like, it's a filing. There's when people showing up. Check this place out. It's just a regular goddamn casino, dude. Let's see. Tachi Palace. Yeah, it ain't no fucking island. This is like a kind of a normal little resort and shit, dude. Like,
because he said it's going to be commissioned and everything, and USADA's going to be there, and everything's going to be legit. If it was on a fucking island, you know it's not going to be. Depends on where it is.
Right. No, man, shit. All right. Liam says, no way the fighters will self-isolate from their families for 2 weeks after the card. Oh, he's talking about Borg. He says if Borg gets it and infects his kid, the UFC's going to get sued.
Yeah, it's a bummer though. I was looking forward to the island.
Yeah, I know, me too. I was like, you ever seen the Fire Festival documentary? Yeah. Dude, that's exactly to the T what I was thinking. When it's gonna be a fight island, and I'm like, and I know MMA guys put fight island with the white FIE on the comments. Sorry, I forgot to put that up, but that shit, I was like, oh, it'd be so great if that's exactly what happens. Everyone gets stranded.
They did a good job making that show, because as I'm watching it, I'm trying to figure out, is it real or fake? You know what I'm saying? They did a good job on it. I was like, I don't remember hearing about this shit.
No, for sure. Here's a good thing. McGregor is a fight. Man, make McGregor fight the loser of this. It's not a bad spot. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
He fights Tony or Justin. Those are both two fights we want to see him in.
If Gaethje wins, he's not fighting fucking Khabib. They'll fucking put Conor in there. God
damn it. I hope not. I don't want that shit to happen. I don't need to see McGregor get mauled for another fucking 4 rounds again. That shit was... All right, I'm up to an hour here. Anything else you want to throw out here before we get out?
I'm good. I don't think there's no other MMA news to discuss.
There isn't, man. Let me look up the usual rags here, see what there is.
Yeah.
But real quick, Anthony Lionheart Smith. Did you hear about what happened?
Yeah, I shared the video, the interview he done with Ariel. He said he barely beat dude. He said the dude was like 70 pounds smaller than him. He said he was fucking strong as hell, man. He said he could barely contain the dude, for real.
Dude, meth heads are crazy though.
He said it was the hardest fight he ever been in his life.
Oh shit.
It was for real. He said it was blood all over the living room when they got done, but his house was the second house dude broke into the same night. He went into the neighbor's house. Before he went into his house, he was just out of it on drugs because he didn't have no weapons and he was just going up in motherfuckers' houses.
That's fucking crazy.
For real, man.
Oh, shit. Here we go. And guys, that was WC was back in the day. Lots of amateur fights at Tachi Palace, and then it'll be Nevada rules, not being sanctioned by California said that the commission, according to Twitter. I doubt it. No. Dude was on PCP. That's crazy. Yeah. That's the whole interview and shit was crazy. John Jones came out and said, "I'm so glad he's okay," and all this stuff. So, which take what you will from John. All right, folks. Throw your social media so people can follow you.
You can find me on Twitter, the Hardcore MMA Show. You can find me. I changed my Instagram. I don't even fuck with Instagram no more. You can't even put no MMA content on there.
You'll get dropped.
Or you can come join the group in Facebook if you fuck with Facebook. If you're old enough to OG like me, fuck with Facebook. It's the Hardcore MMA group, or go to Twitter, the Hardcore MMA Show.
All right, folks. Shout out there.
YouTube, the Hardcore MMA Show.
There you go. Shout out to everyone that tuned in tonight. Aaron, Sean, MMA guys, Daniel, Liam's here. Hey, thanks for staying up, Liam. But I'm sure you're tired. Daniel's here. Who we have? Head Kick. What's up, Head Kick? Everyone that tunes in, we love the fuck out of you guys. We will be back tomorrow night with the Keyboard Warriors. Myself, Rick Kirby, Just Bakawa, and a possible guest. Anyway, all right, y'all. Catch you guys later. Good night.
All right.
Bullshire.
Peace.